head last April. Now the ex-white officer is in court to see if there is enough evidence to proceed with his second-degree murder trial for killing the black man. One of the many to testify, an eyewitness, African-American Wayne Butler, who says although Leoya grabbed the taser while the two wrestled on the ground, the cop always had the upper hand.
He was never threatened. He was never punched. He was always the one delivering the blows.
More testimony expected as the hearing goes into a second day.
One of the races the nation is watching closely is that of U.S. Senate in North Carolina. The winner could make history as the first black woman senator from the Tar Heel state. In a Black Information Network exclusive, Judge Sherry Beasley, who already made state history as the past Chief Justice of North Carolina, is now in a battle for the Senate.
We knew this would be a tough fight. I've been in tough fights before. I've never backed down, and I won't back down now. We're seeing a lot of enthusiasm in this race, a lot of excitement, and folks really do feel a sense of urgency and understand that we've got to make sure that the next senator is fully committed to putting the interests of folks here in North Carolina first.
So how is the Democrat Sherry Beasley doing against her Republican opponent, current Congressman Ted Budd, who wants to now represent in the Senate? The latest poll shows Budd ahead by 4%. 600 voters were asked in the Civitas poll. 47% said they will vote for Budd versus 43% for Beasley, with 7% saying they're still undecided. With the poll's margin of error, this race is a dead heat. Stay with the Black Information Network for the midterms as we bring you the latest.
Very disturbing, but not surprising. Women of color running for public office get a high number of threats. Compared to white candidates, they are 4 times more likely to be targeted with threats of violent abuse. This according to a new study by the Center for Democracy. The Washington Post reports women candidates of color are also twice as likely to be the subjects of misinformation and disinformation.
And the Illinois Broadcasting Association knows excellence, which is why they are recognizing our very own Angela Ingram with the first ever Vanguard Award. She is the Senior Vice President of Communications for iHeartMedia and Director of Local Advocacy and Engagement for the Black Information Network. Angela has worked in the radio industry for 40 years. Congratulations, Angela, for the recognition. We are certainly better because of you. For more on these stories and international, national, state, and local news affecting the black community, listen to the Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app or log on to BINnews.com. I'm Vanessa Tyler with Mike Stevens on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network. I'm Ashley Young on the Black Information Network. On March 2nd, 1955, Claudette Colvin, a 15-year-old in Montgomery, Alabama, a high school student, boarded a bus in downtown Montgomery. She and 3 other black students were told to give up their seats for a white woman. Colvin refused to give up her seat, was arrested, and eventually put on indefinite probation. Though Colvin's courageous act occurred 9 months before Rosa Parks' similar protest, the NAACP chose to use the 42-year-old civil rights activist as a public face of the Montgomery bus boycott. As they believe an unwed mother, Colvin became pregnant when she was 16, would not be the best face for the movement. Colvin felt slighted, but later joined 3 other women, Mary Louise Smith, Aurelia Bratter, and Susie McDonald, as the plaintiffs in Bratter vs. Gale, the case that ultimately overturned bus segregation in Alabama. And that's a fact. For these stories and more, go to BINnews.com.
The power of information.
Blackness here and now. The Bay Area BIN 910. I'm Darlene Stevens on your home for 24/7 News. San Francisco BIN 910. The biggest utility in California is facing a fine of $155 million. State regulators want PG&E to pay for a deadly fire in Shasta County 2 years ago. They claim the tree that sparked the fire was one of 2 marked for removal in 2018, but never was cut down. Regulators also issued a citation for not doing a power pole inspection in the area. The company has already been charged by prosecutors and maintains it did nothing wrong.
Big oil is ripping Californians off, hiking gas prices, and making record profits. That's according to California Governor Gavin Newsom as he begins a price gouging penalty on oil companies. Newsom believes the penalty will put money back in the pockets of drivers across the state. The move comes as Valero released its profit report, showing it made nearly $3 billion from July to September. That's a jump of more than 500% from last year. While California Governor Gavin Newsom is calling on two Los Angeles City Council members, Kevin DeLeon and Gil Cedillo, to step down because they were heard making racist and offensive remarks on a leaked audio tape, the president of the LA Urban Policy Roundtable, Earl Afari Hutchinson, says although the racism in the council members' conversation was disconcerting, the discussion about solidifying Latino power through redistricting is what really have people mad.
So many African Americans were saying, wait a minute, you're trying to redraw the city council lines to exclude us or dilute African American political power.
Hutchinson reportedly had a phone conversation with Councilmember Kevin DeLeon, who he says was emphatic about not stepping down unless voters recall him. Hutchinson said that doesn't help to resolve the tension between the Black and Latino communities. He says a real change needs to happen at City Hall.
I'm not one of your constituents. Doesn't mean anything. What does mean something is, the fact is, you're there, however long you're going to be in the city council. What are you going to do, since you're the flashpoint for a lot of the rancor, particularly between blacks and Latinos? What do you do about it? How are you going to be part of the solution and not part of the problem? African Americans have to have a voice in city government. They have to be represented, even though there are 3 African American city council persons. You know, their power has to be elevated.
Hutchinson is an author and a longtime voice for social, civil, and political issues important to the Black community. I'm Bernice Davis on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910.
The Association of Junior Leagues International is an organization of women committed to promoting volunteerism and improving communities. Find out more at ajli.org. That's ajli.org.
The power of information.
Black news here and now.
The Bay Area's BIN 910.
This hour of news is brought to you by Verizon, proud founding partner of the Black Information Network.
Family. It looks a little different for everyone. For some, it's mom and dad. For others, roommates who feel like family. And for others, it's your significant other, their golfing buddies, your children, the high school soccer team starting lineup, and oh look, they're all taking you up on the offer to stay for dinner, really testing the limits of that phrase, the more the merrier. But no matter where you call home, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on home and car insurance. Easier than making 3 frozen pizzas and assorted frozen veggies into a cohesive meal.
Black Information Network podcast you should know.
Checking in with Michelle Williams, a production of iHeartRadio and The Black Effect.
What's the midnight concert at Kojic?
Kojic, yeah. Literally just midnight musical. You had AIM, all of that. Full gospel.
Yeah, all of that. So you had all of these platforms to be able to get your music out and connect with the audience. It's gone.
That was another podcast you should know from the Black Information Network.
Change is happening.
We have to deal with poverty. We have to deal with unemployment. We have to deal with low wages.
And the Black Information Network has the stories that matter to overcome filibusters and be able to secure big pieces of legislation like the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, for example.
News you can trust.
Haiti's government office of citizen protection says journalists and innocent people have been targeted
24/7.
The Bay Area's BIN 910 and on the iHeartRadio app.
What does it take to transform a company's mission into a movement? I say it comes down to 2 things, math and magic. I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. On my podcast, Math and Magic, I sit down with the visionaries on the frontiers of marketing to hear how they've used data and creativity to bring big ideas to life. We'll hear from business leaders like Tony Coles, president of Black